What a great time to be in Kansas City. I'm not talking about an NFL draft. I'm not talking about the World Cup. I'm talking about delivering the basic services that our taxpayers and our residents deserve, that they have been clamoring for years, and that today we can announce will be delivered to every corner in every district of Kansas City. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. First of all, to the residents who for years, if not decades, if not generations, have been saying, how can we make sure that we have a waste management policy that works for our neighborhoods, that makes sure that we don't have trash blowing throughout our city streets, and more than anything, how can we keep Kansas City clean? Today is one of many of our steps in making sure we're doing so. We will be delivering at Kansas City government 162,000, again, 162,000 62-gallon recycling carts in each residential home throughout the summer of this year. This was made possible not just through the investment of our taxpayers, but through outstanding partnership with a number of regional organizations, including the Recycling Partnership, the American Beverage Association, Dow, and Rehrig Pacific. I also want to make sure that I thank and note some folks who've been very special along the way. And that includes some of my colleagues on City Council, actually all of my colleagues on City Council, but I'll name a few. For about 7.5 years, I've had the blessing and the privilege of serving with Councilwoman Heather Hall, who when she showed up in 2015, first said, we need to make sure that we get lidded recycling and trash carts. She continued to fight through different economic challenges, a pandemic and beyond, and look at where we are today. I want to thank Councilwoman Melissa Robinson, who particularly talked about issues of equity and how we need to make sure we have carts available in every neighborhood in Kansas City, including her home 3rd District. And not here today as well as Mayor Pro Tem Kevin McManus, who in addition to Councilwoman Hall, had neighbors, residents, deliver trash to his front lawn, concerned about trash pickup issues in his part of South Kansas City. We have heard from you, we thank you, and now I think we are doing what people should expect us to do, cleaning up Kansas City. This is one step in doing so. As we talk about environmental sustainability, our city also plans to plant 10,000 trees to make sure that as we talk about sustainability, it isn't just where our recycling goes or our trash, it's also improving our neighborhoods and our environment. It wouldn't be possible without our residents. It wouldn't be possible without our partners. Thank you. And more than anything, it wouldn't be possible without outstanding leaders here in Kansas City. With that, I turn it over to one of our great leaders. That's Councilwoman Heather Hall from Kansas City's Northland. Councilwoman.
Well, good morning, and thank you so much for being here. This is a long day coming, and it's nice to say that in 3 months and about 4 days, as I term out of office, I'll be able to say we've kept a promise. And today we are keeping a promise to the citizens of this city, not only by saying what we said we would do, now we're going to be doing it by delivering to all the 162,000 rooftops through, starting today, a rolling lidded recycle bin. Why is this so important? Because 7.5 years ago, when then Manager Shaw, now Director Shaw, came in my office, we said, let's talk about trash. And we didn't know we were going to become the trash guy and trash girl of the city, but we did end up becoming that. And I'm so grateful for his friendship and his partnership, because if it weren't for Director Shaw, we wouldn't have continued to move down the path to figure out how to make this financially possible and economically possible for not only the city, but for our partners. Thank you all so much. And for the community, because what we know that we weren't doing well was collecting the recycling in a safe way. It was blowing out, and if you know anything about recycling, once it's wet, it's no longer recycling, now it's trash. But it's sitting in a recycle bin for one of our employees to try to lift in a very unsafe way and try to maneuver. These are going to be safe. They're going to be easy to access and maneuver. They're going to save us our staff time by allowing our staff to go move into other places in our city so they can be useful, productive staff members. And it also is trackable. So it's not Heather Hall's recycle bin, it's the address recycle bin. So when I move away, if I ever move away, that doesn't go with me. it stays here. And that's really important because this is an asset that we are paying for that is not costing the taxpayers any extra dollars. It's just their dollars they've already paid. We're really excited about this. I'm grateful for the opportunity. This not only is an environmentally friendly way to do things, it's teaching our citizens how to recycle well. That's why we decided to launch recycling bins before the trash bins. On every bin, it's very clear. It shows you exactly how to do it. It's an educational tool. Plus, we will be educating through our water bills, through the leaflets there, and letting people know exactly what goes in and what doesn't go in these recycle bins. So I'm so grateful for all of my colleagues who have stood by me with this, and I mostly appreciate the tens of thousands of emails that I received complaining about the terrible recycling, that those citizens' patience are now paying off. And I want to thank you all for being patient in the process, because it's not easy to find the amount of money it takes to do something like this. So thank you for your time, thank you for your patience, and most of all, thank you for my colleagues and all these partners for making it become a reality today. So thank you so much, and now I'll invite up Councilman Kevin O'Neill of the 1st District at Large.
Thank you. You know, when I first entered office, about the first week I was in there, Councilwoman Hall came into my office and threw down about 15,000 sheets of paper that said, we want trash, better trash pickup. And for the last 3 years, I've been telling my neighbors, don't worry, we're going to be getting new recyclables. Well, finally, they're after calling me a liar for the last 3.5 years, I can finally prove them wrong. So we're looking forward to this. This is going to take a 32-gallon recyclable to a 64-gallon. So we're doubling the amount of recyclable materials that every resident will be able to use. So we're excited. This is thrilling for me. I mean, if you would look in that warehouse and see the number of recyclable carts in there, you would be shocked. So thank you very much. And I'm going to bring up Raina Parkshaw.
Thank you. So this is definitely exciting for me. You know, while definitely I'm a new council member, one of the newer ones, trust me, for many years in my household, we talk trash and recycling for many, many years. So I am excited to see this come to fruition. But mostly, you know, for the residents in the 5th District, one of the complaints that I hear every day, or most days, is about all of the trash that is blowing through our city, all of the litter, when they try to do the right thing and try to recycle, but unfortunately that the litter blows across our city. And unfortunately, we've seen too much of that in recent years since the pandemic. So I'm really excited about having the lidded carts and the opportunity that it will present for us residents to be able to do our best to sustain our environment by making sure that we recycle properly. Which is why I think it was an excellent idea to add the educational information right onto the cart so everyone knows how to recycle properly. So I want to also just acknowledge, because I know for many years Councilwoman Hall has really preached and talked about this and really worked hard to make this come to fruition. So I just want to give you a special thank you, and thank you to our partners as well. With that, I'm going to bring up Councilman Dan Fowler.
Thank you, Raina. Talk about somebody who walks the walk and just doesn't talk the talk is Heather Hall, because something y'all don't know is for 3.5 years, she had these things sitting in her office. And I want to tell you the truth, I was not the one who put their empties in there. Somebody else. One of the most frequently asked questions that I've been getting when we talk about this is, what do we do with recycling bins that we've already got? Well, it's real easy. You just put them out on your curb on trash day with a note. Take for trash. They'll pick them up, they'll be gone, and you convert to one of our new ones that are here, and really, really good. And I can't emphasize enough the benefit that these will be for our neighborhoods. Personal shout out I have to give is to Michael Shaw. When he was the head of our solid waste service, he literally saved my life. I think it was the second summer I was in office. Our trash pickup in the Northland was awful. It was absolutely awful, and recycling was worse. But Michael got in there, he got hold of it, he took care of it, and now we have the best thing going, and with these it'll be even better. And we no longer have to worry about our recycling blowing all over the neighborhood like we once had. So And people are now going to start asking about the trash bins. Okay, they're coming. It's on the way. We've got to find a little bit. I have to give a shout out to Jill Lawler of the mayor's office. She's our grant writer. Now she's over there trying to hide. Without her, we probably wouldn't be here today because she was able to find our partners and entice them into helping us. So, but your work isn't done yet. Trash is next, Jill. Anyway, this is really good, a really good thing. We are one of the greenest cities in the country, and we don't get recognized for that very often, but it's true. And this is just another step to make us even more sustainable and more green. With that, I want to introduce Cody Marshall, who's the Chief System Optimization Officer with the Recycling Partnership. Cody?
Thank you so much. Thank you. Pleasure being here today. I first want to thank Mayor Lucas and all the Kansas City staff and council for allowing us to be here today and their leadership on this project. The Recycling Partnership team has truly enjoyed working with the city staff. Louis, Sheree, Jared, Brett, Jimmy, and Michael, just a tremendous staff. Put a ton of work into this project leading to this rollout. And it's people like this that will make this program a success. A project of this scale would not be possible without a strong public-private partnership. And I'd like to thank Dow for their 1.2 million pounds of plastic, donating 1.2 million pounds of plastic resin for the carts. Rehrig, who manufactured the carts just 30 miles down the road. And the American Beverage Association and the Missouri Beverage Association for their financial support. All of these organizations are here celebrating this program with us today. So thank you so much. And I'm going to pass it to City Manager Brian Platt.
Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone. Just want to say thanks to our council members and our mayor for advocating for something like this. Something like this doesn't happen without strong leaders and champions on our council. As people said, we've been talking about this idea for years, but it became a reality now because we've got the right leadership in place. Also in our Public Works Department, our not so new anymore director, Mike Shaw, really just bring an idea to him and to the team, and suddenly you've got thousands of new carts behind you, and it's just amazing to see. This is one of many initiatives that we've got going on here in Kansas City to reduce waste going to our landfills and to clean up our city. We're working on a new residential composting program. We're expanding dumpster days in neighborhoods. We're expanding bulky item collections. We've got new resources and partnerships to make sure we're adding staff to cleaning up our streets, literally picking up trash on our streets. I'm sure a lot of you have been seeing MoDOT out on our highways a lot more, cleaning up the highways. And also, most importantly, as Councilman Fowler said, we've got trash carts coming too. This is just the first of two phases here, talking about how to get residential waste in a much more efficient way out of our houses and out of our city. Thank you all to all of our partners, and the mayor is going to close it up.
I want to, yes, let's clap for Brian. I do want to at least give just a moment. Michael Shaw, who has been in charge of our waste management services for years, is the Director of Public Works, and frankly, a lot of our accomplishments over the last several years, certainly thanks to City Council, but also thanks to Director Shaw's hard work. I don't know if you had anything you wish to add.
Set it up.
Okay, well, let's give him a round of applause too. Thank you, sir. Just outstanding work. And people have mentioned trash carts a few times. I will admit something. So when I was elected to City Council during my entire City Council tenure, I was an apartment dweller, loved it, great life. As I became mayor, I then had a child, and I dealt with one of those days where the dogs get into your trash and diapers are strewn about the neighborhood and you're doing that work. So I understand how important it is that we get our trash carts along with our recycling carts, and we'll make sure we deliver.
All right, you got it. You got it. Congratulations. That's for you.